Happy 2024, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time. This is my channel, Pixie Dust and Spirit Alchemy, where we talk about all sorts of things strange, taboo, occult, metaphysical, supernatural, mystical, magical, stuff like that. Guys, today's video is just a brief video, something that I wanted to start 2024 off with, the note that I would like to start it off on, I guess. You know how you always see on Instagram, like, I don't know, 2023 or the last year, like, what lessons we learned and stuff, and then the next year is, like, this year is all about abundance. It's an 8 year in numerology. 2 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. And 8 is the number of abundance, and it's the number of wealth, the number of manifesting your goals, your desires, the life that you want. So I went to brunch with a friend of mine over the holidays, and she does this routine, I guess, or this practice every year. She's pretty good about maintaining it every year, being consistent with it, where at the beginning of a new year she chooses one word and is really set on that word, like goes to look up the dictionary definition, really sees and feels how it resonates with her, and sort of uses that word as a theme to live up to, or to approach life with, or to aim for or strive for in the new year. So for example, this year my friend chose the word rise. And so that word, to her, she will do however she can to interpret and integrate the meaning of that word rise into her life. So I agreed to do this practice as well, and the word that I came up with that I felt like, first of all, that I could benefit from practicing the most, second of all, was something that I'd been struggling with practicing really always, but especially just within the last year. So the word that I chose for 2024 is the word presence. And what does the word presence mean to me? If I'm using the word presence in its noun form, it means the state or fact of being present, current existence or occurrence, or in other words, being in the now. I also conveniently, which this was sort of coincidence or just synchronicity, that same day that I went to brunch with this friend, I ended up going to Barnes & Noble to go shopping for some things, and it was for my brother actually, and we walked into a section, looking around at stuff, and I saw the book The Power of Now and bought it, and am now reading it. And essentially what I'm going to strive for in this new year is to be present and in the now as much as possible, to let go of fears and anxieties or any grievances or resentments of the past, anxieties and fears of the future. Because ultimately the present is the key to liberation, the key to that freedom that all spiritual teachings lead to and try to get, bring humans to. So I say this, and I'm not anywhere perfect with it. I mean, no one is. We're only humans, so it's something that I'm going to practice. And I wanted to share that with you guys in order to, one, keep myself accountable, and two, to just maybe notate throughout the rest of the year how that's going. And also, for those who have not read The Power of Now, I definitely recommend it. It is this book here by Eckhart Tolle. It says, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. It's not a magic book, there's no rituals or anything in it, but in a sense, it's still energy work. I mean, it is a practice. There is emotional transmutation in this, which is something that we also talk about that takes place in magic books. And a lot of magic is most effective when we do the magic, really perhaps all magic is most effective when we are in the now, when we are in the present moment, and not ending up lusting for results that take place in the future, or doing magic from a place of fear, based on a lack, or doing anything because of that because of unforgiveness, holding on. I mean, unless we're doing maybe like attack magic, but magic ultimately should take place. That focus and attention required for magic to be performed the best is in the now, is in the present moment. So I share this, not, to tell you guys what to do, of course, but mainly to suggest or share with you what I will be doing and focusing on this year going forward. And maybe inspiring in some other people a chance to find a word that resonates with you, whether it's presence or whether it's something that you find on your own, that you can apply to your life and practice throughout the year. Rather than making like a whole list of New Year's resolutions that just causes anxiety if you don't do. And what this book strives to teach is ultimately a transformation in one's thinking to bring more peace, to bring more serenity and presence into your daily life. Because all of life is taking place in this moment, right here, right now. Not 10 minutes ago, not in the future. And that can be a difficult idea to grasp one's head around. But it's worth the practice. I mean, I'm only a little bit into this book, but every word that I read, every sentence that I read just resonates as this deep truth. And by reading the book, it also helps to get you into the practice of being in the here and now. One thing that I know I struggle with and that I also hear just other people talk about, one thing that we as humans are stuck in is the illusion of time, or the psychological creation of time. Always worrying or fearing that time goes by too fast, not having enough time. And that's something that I have really struggled with in the past, or worrying about the future is a big one. And so this term presence really takes us away from that and takes us out. It disconnects us from psychological illusion that we create of there being time. One thing that I really love that the book says is I am in the here and now. My mind is in the future. So if I'm practicing presence all throughout this year, how much more of life can I experience at a deep level? How much more can I show up and be fully present for, rather than always hoping for salvation in the future, or longing to return to a past, or a sadness over the loss of something in the past. Because what's in the past is past, and we don't know what's in the future. But what creates the future is what we choose to do in the here and now. It's a shift in consciousness, and this is also something that meditation can assist with, and that will also be a goal of mine as I go into this year, is meditating more and practicing other habits that assist in keeping me present. There are multiple ways that we can focus more on the present moment and be truly in the now, in the present. And it's difficult because my mind likes to race. It likes to go all over the past and the future. Reminiscing, nostalgia, hopes, expectations for the future, painting the picture of how I would like it to be. But it's if we stay there and if I become obsessed with this future outcome, where it creates, focus on a future heaven creates a present hell. If I'm focusing on, my life will only be good in the future when X, Y, and Z falls into place, it's taking away from the beauty and the abundance and the life happening in front of me. And essentially I'm locking myself into this state of lack, of a place that I don't want to be, because the goodness will lie over here. Another reason that I am incorporating this word in my life, I guess, or to just practice more presence, is to learn how to not react emotionally, but to be an observer of my emotions, to be an observer of my thoughts. And being in the present rather than reacting from an emotional trigger based on a past wound or a future fear can change the dynamic of a lot of relationships, and also in how I interact with people and how, I feel emotionally myself. Real transformation also takes place in the present moment, not in the future and not in the past, but what we do in the present moment. I just wanted this to be a short video of a habit that I intend to incorporate, and I will maybe keep you guys updated just on how I'm going about doing that. If anyone else does anything like this for the new year, please let me know, whether it's an actual New Year resolution or whether you choose a word like this. I think it's actually a good tradition to start. I think I had tried to do it last year and I completely forgot my word. So obviously I wasn't really into it. But this year I am. This year this word really resonates because I can feel how much it is something that I need to incorporate into practice more in my life. So that being said, I hope everyone had a happy new year, happy holidays, and stayed safe and happy and healthy and well. This is going to be a great year if we choose to make it a great year. So thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it was helpful to somebody or inspiring, or just made you think a little bit differently, provided some perspective. So guys, as always, stay kind, stay curious, and until next time, peace.